Hey everyone, welcome to our IB 110 project for the fall of 2022. Our group was Habitat and Biodiversity. So our New York Times article that we found details about the remote mine that could foretell the future of America's electric car industry. Now the focus here is not the car industry, but the remote mine. The remote mine itself, which is being mined by Talon Metals, around the clock is making nickel. And this causes sulfur to be printed to the air, to the environment, everywhere. And so sulfide mining is detrimental to the environment. And this society called Honor the Earth is taking action and telling us that our communities deserve more than sulfide mining. And they, or the Native Americans that live on that land or surrounding the mine, they are telling us that it's going to affect them.
Okay, so the dangerous sulfide mine just upstream of the Anishinaabe communities of Sandy Lake and East Lake in the Mississippi River watershed is putting the Ojibwe tribe's health in danger, as sulfuric acid is highly corrosive and it can cause irritation in the nose and throat, burning of the eyes, and the possible digestion through of the sulfuric acid through water can burn holes in the stomach. So this raises alarms and concerns about the Ojibwe tribe's health and wellness.
Wild rice has been affected by toxic levels of sulfite in the soil, which affects the germination and future harvests. Drinking water has also been affected by nickel mining. Metals and material waste are taken from the ground and exposed to water and can create sulfuric acid, which may result in acid mine drainage that would affect surface, groundwater supplies, aquatic life, plant life, sacred sites, and more. Land has been affected through rice production and dropped from 200 pounds of rice per family, enough to carry the tribe through winter and spring, to 80 pounds of rice by harvest.
Honor the Earth worked closely with the Sandy Lake Band of Mississippi Ojibwe as well as the Middle X Band of Ojibwe, the two primary communities most at risk from Talon Mine's construction and operation. The group created awareness of the widespread potentials the mine would bring, stressed the company's historically poor record of honoring Indigenous rights, provided a forum for the leaders of at-risk communities, and as recently as October 2022, wrote op-eds in opposition to the mine in Minnesota's largest newspaper, the Star Tribune. Because indigenous communities often do not have the legal, political, or economic wherewithal to resist environmental degradation, Honor the Earth supports various initiatives that honor indigenous and treaty rights and help develop the means required for the independence and autonomy of these communities.
Biodiversity and why it matters. So the mine affected biodiversity in Minnesota, specifically in the Monument Lakes, and Honor the Earth's efforts were successful because the mine was eventually moved to North Dakota at the end of last October. However, there are still a lot of impacts on the biodiversity and surrounding communities in Minnesota. The Sandy Lake Band has publicly opposed the North Dakota mine in general. They don't really want it at all. And today, 95% of wild rice comes from rice paddies, which are mainly from California, which means that Minnesota took wild rice for granted. And here are our citations.